Yeah, I just wanted to go over some housekeeping things. I think that CJ touched on a lot of the stuff in her live this morning. I just wanted to remind you guys that if you have still people trickling in that actually got through the enrollment, make sure they know the pre-launch rules. Absolutely no direct sales group posting, basically just your personal page. So just refer them to the pin post. And then we created a group where we can house people who plan to sign up but miss that deadline. So if you have somebody like that, let one of us know, and we will get them added there as well. So I think that's really it. I think you touched on a lot of things. I was going to talk about Mary and that kind of stuff, but you got it.
Okay. Well, if you guys haven't watched that video, what I talked about over there, I just did a Facebook Live on the main Color Street page, and it just was like, and here's the thing. I don't think we're doing this. I don't think it's coming from our group. I think our group already knows this, but we're not tagging Mary, the Vice President of Sales, in questions. We're not private messaging Mary, the Vice President of Sales. And in my video, in my live, I compared her to Mark Zuckerberg. Like, are we really going to private message Mark Zuckerberg? Like, no. Okay. But she has this huge heart and she's going to answer you. And she needs to get our company launched. So let's let her launch our company and then let us answer the questions. So, and we want to answer the questions here because, first of all, we have this redonk powerhouse of a team here, and we're all working together and we're all helping, and we have really good answers and really good ideas. So let's do that here. And over there, share photos and celebrate each other and welcome each other and maybe answer questions for others. But start here first. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is announce something pretty exciting. Natalie Gooseman, who is here today, and you guys will see, she's been with us for a couple of days, yes. And I actually reached out to her weeks ago to consider coming in as a presidential founder candidate, and she wasn't sure. And then she wasn't sure she wanted to do it at all. And then she decided she was going to be a stylist. And because we had already gone through the process of the presidential founder, and we lost a presidential founder in this last week, someone left, the company has offered Natalie, and she has approved and is now a presidential founder. Woo! So I'm unmute Natalie so she can just say hi, and then we'll get started on the hostess coaching. Unmute. Go.
Hey. Yeah, thanks so much, CJ. But yeah, my name's Natalie. I'm here. I'm happy to help. I'll be jumping in with helping out with some trainings and helping answering questions and all of that. So I'm super happy to be part of this. Yay.
Yay. And just so you guys know, Natalie had a very big team. She was a founding executive with another company. She earned all the incentives. She was on incentive trips. She's phenomenal at branding. She's phenomenal at Facebook parties. So she's going to help us with a lot of online stuff. And one of the best things she's awesome at is finding your inner badass. And so Danielle is awesome at that. Danielle is awesome at that. And Natalie's awesome at that. And I just am like, be a badass, dumb. So, but anyway, so we're seriously, powerhouse, hashtag Broadway. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but I wanted us to have like an inside joke for our team, for our 3 PFCs, that is like why we're a powerhouse without saying powerhouse. And some of us have some bad experiences with the phrase, the dream team. So we don't want to use that. So we wanted to have something that kind of talked like a street. And what's better? Like, what's like the best street in the world to be on? Broadway. So that's why. And we also kind of like the opera thing because Mr. Pock was an opera. So we're going with hashtag Broadway. It's our inside joke. Feel free to use it if you want. You don't have to. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get down to business. We're going to talk hostess coaching. And it is called hostess coaching, but I prefer to call it partnering with your hostess. And especially in today's world where we literally have the busiest woman on the face of the earth that we're working with here, okay? I've coached with and trained with Sherry McAllister, so has Danielle, so has Natalie. She has this big long phrase where she talks about, she actually did the research and found like the average woman has like 3.5 children who are going to three events each every week, plus cooking for her husband, plus working out of the home, plus 3 volunteer jobs, like literally the busiest woman in the history of the world. Okay. So hostess coaching is different than it was just 5 years ago, especially with social media. So hostess coaching is very important. And I call it partnering with my hostess. I actually say that to her. You are my partner and I am your partner. And my goal is to get you more free than I can possibly get you and to have more fun at our nail bar than you've ever had, that your friends are going to want to have nail bars. They're going to want to help you out and they're going to want to get you free stuff. So we have to partner together. And the only thing I need from you is to RSVP, to get people, invite people, get people there, do the simplest, easiest snacks ever and get people there. That's it. Like, that's all I need you to do. But the way that you get people to do this is with buy-in. Now, I'm going to scare the ever-loving crap out of half the people on the phone here. Half the people on the Zoom here, because I'm going to tell you that the best way to host this coach is on the phone. Physically on the phone, people. I know you people don't talk to people. I know you don't, because I prefer to text. I prefer to Facebook message. I understand. But I'm telling you that face-to-face or on the phone. And I don't mean face-to-face like, hey, let's meet at Panera and I'm going to hostess coach you, because that's a waste of your damn time. All right. I want you to do it on the phone quickly or face-to-face at a nail bar. So what I love to do, and Danielle's going to talk about booking later because she books no less than 4 nail bars at every nail bar. But if I had 4 bookings from that nail bar, I would pull those 4 people together and I would do the first hosting contact, the host coaching contact right there face-to-face. And let me tell you, you guys know you can be very powerful face-to-face. You can be, right? And one of the most important things you have to do is use the word imagine. Okay. So if it's your first, so in my opinion, you must have no less than 3 coaching contacts. Danielle's going to have some points to bring up and Natalie's going to bring some points up later, but I'm talking about the live in-person nail bars, not the online ones right now. It works for online too, but no less than 3 contacts. Okay. That first coaching contact when she's super excited. If you're calling her, you're asking her if there's a good time to talk. Right? If you're right in front of her, you're just saying, hey, let's get this done right now. So then you only have 2 more. You need buy-in from her. You need to get her buy-in. Okay. Help her understand how what she does partnering with you is going to make a difference in the success of our party. And my favorite thing to do, and I got this directly from Sherry McAllister, is my favorite thing to do is use the word imagine. So I'm actually going to read something so that you guys can hear it, okay? And I'm gonna share this with you because I've been given permission to. Imagine that it's the night of your party and there are 10 people in the room. It's noisy, it's crazy, everybody's laughing, I can hardly get a word in edgewise. Like, imagine that. Now, imagine that you're at your party, nail bar, and there are 3 people. And it's quiet, and it's reserved, and everybody's staring at me, and they're all wondering, oh crap, how are we going to have enough money to make her get her host rewards? Which group do you think's having more fun? Natalie, answer the question.
The group of 10.
The group of 10. So guess what? I just asked her and then she told me, okay, that's an important piece of this coaching. I'm not
awesome.
telling her having 10 is a good thing. She told me having 10 is a good thing. Okay, so I just got her buy-in. She's like, my friends are going to have more fun. And let me tell you what, if you are like me, we love it when people are loud and crazy and you can't get a word in edgewise. You don't tell people stop talking so that we can talk about my nails. You just talk and you go and you have fun. Okay, and people want to go to parties that are fun. That's why they're going. Remember, they're the busiest woman in the history of the world. They want to have fun. They want to let down. Let down? Let their hair down. That was horrible. Okay, so, and then you want to talk about like the things that are in your hostess packet. Okay, you want to make sure that they have things that can help them, like maybe postcards. Maybe they want to personally mail postcards. Maybe they want to have catalogs and outside order forms. Yes, you're giving them all these things because you want them to have outside order forms. Guess who the number one recruit prospect, sponsor prospect is at a party, at a nail bar? Who's the number one recruit prospect? Number one. Who is it?
Hostess.
The hostess, right? She's going to see you walk in with this bag. This is actually bigger. She's going to see you walk in with a bag like this and set up the party and be like, how can I help you with the snacks? She's going to be like, well, do you need help? Nope. I'm all good. Right? So she's going to be like, wait a minute. That girl just walked out of here. She just made $100. She just walked out of here with $100. All she did was walk in with that little bag. So anyway, you want to do simple calculations for her. Okay. Don't make her take the hostess calculations herself. Don't make her go home and have to do the math to figure out how much she's going to get, because our hostess program has calculations, right? It's a percentage, doesn't it? Actually, isn't that bad? I haven't really looked because I know it's good enough that I don't need to know.
No, yeah, it's percentages.
Yeah, it's percentage. So calculate for her. Calculate a $300 nail bar. Calculate a $400. Calculate a $700. Calculate a $1,000 nail bar. And then when she knows if she brings 3 people, she ain't hitting a $1,000 nail bar, right? Let me tell you what, hostesses, they get competitive and they love it. They want to do it. Okay, so your second, sorry. Another important thing is wish list. We have one product, you guys, one product. Have her go through that catalog and tell you exactly what she wants, right? And then you tell her when she says she wants, 15, calculate it and tell her this is how big a party you have to get those 15 for free, right? Show her how easy it is to get them for free, because it really is easy. We've proven it. And then schedule a time to call her. Schedule a time to call her. Okay. Not, I'll talk to you later. No. Schedule it. Have her break out her calendar and say, I'll call you in 48 hours. Is that okay? Would you rather me text you before we call? Is this going to be a good time? When she answers, you say, is this still a good time? All right. Second coaching contact, right? Second one. You're smiling. You're exciting. You're going to go over her wish list, or even maybe create one together with her. Like, hey, you bought these 4. These 4 would be great. Like, you should try these, or let's get out of your comfort zone a little and try these. Or, hey, do you have birthdays? Do you have daughters? Do you have mothers? Do you have graduates? Do you have wedding coming up? Like, help her come up with her wish list. Calculate the amount that she needs to get that wish list, and then help her with her guest list. Ask her how her guest list is going. I'm going to tell you, Danielle, Natalie, please feel free to jump in here, but I don't even remember one hostess that had already done her guest list when I called her the second time. I can't even think of one. I'm like, maybe there's one. And then help her. Don't say, hey, here's this cute little thing called Franks. Go find your friends, your relatives, your acquaintances, your neighbors, your kids' contacts, your spouse contacts, and then find your friends' acquaintances and the acquaintances of your kids' contacts. They ain't going to do it. They're going to throw it away. Walk them through it. Okay. Like, hey, let's get somebody from every one of these categories, because when they bring friends, they're the ones that are going to buy more things. It's not your circle of friends. It's who they know. So who are the first 3 friends that you can think of that are definitely going to be here for this? And you have her write them down. All right. Who are the first 3 relatives? Now, does your sister have a friend that might want to come? How about work? Does she have a sister that wants to come? And you actually walk her through it. It's work, guys. It takes work, but it's actually kind of fun. And then she realizes how many friends she really does have to invite. Because my favorite is, I have no friends. I've lived here for 25 years and I have no friends. Come on. That's just a lie. All right. Coach her to personally invite her guests. Do not have her, we have to coach her. Okay. Do not have her send a group text, because being in a group text is like being held hostage. And I would like to shoot myself when I'm in a group text. Okay. Teach her not to group private message, right? We're not going to group private message. We're not going to put a public post on our Facebook that says, I'm having a nail bar. Who wants to come? Nobody's going to say yes. They don't want to come, right? So personally invite. And guys, when's the last time you got a personal invitation to something? Can you think of it? Not to a Facebook party, guys, because I know some of us on this know how to do that. I'm talking about a real party. When have you been personally invited to a party? Can you remember? I can't remember too many. Okay. So I want you to think of how amazing it's going to be when this hostess is calling her people, even if she's leaving a voicemail. Hey, Danielle, I am so excited. There's this new product and it's going to help us. And really, I don't care about the stupid product. I just want to drink wine with my friends. And I really want you to be there. Even if she's just leaving a voicemail, Danielle's going to get that and be like, oh my God, she took the time to actually leave a voicemail. You know, and me, I would then text Danielle and say, Danielle, I just left you a voicemail. Make sure you read it. Because I have a hard time. If you're leaving me a voicemail, you better text me and let me know. Because I totally miss them, that place on my phone. So you coach her how to do that. Now, do you see how this is partnering? And she sees that you're doing work, so she's going to do work for you. If she thinks like the worst possible thing you can do is tell a hostess, it's no work at all. You don't have to do anything. Just shut up. That's the worst ever. Worst ever. Okay. If you're into this, and I know Lisa is, okay, Lisa Hart, by the way, you guys, she works with send out cards. And so I know she's into this. You could actually have her, and I think Danielle, you do this too. Ask her to send you the addresses of her guests. And then you send out little postcards to remind them. Okay. So that's one less thing she has to do. Yes, it's one more thing you have to do. But when you get a cute little postcard in the mail, you're like, wait a minute, it's not a bill. It's not a credit card offer. It's not a catalog. Like, this is awesome. I'm being personally invited. And she called me on my phone. Okay. So do you see Hostess Coaching partnering? All right. Huge. You guys, this is huge, especially for our Martha Stewart kind of friends, our Rachel Ray kind of friends, our Pinterest friends. Keep the refreshments simple. Okay. I know that there are going to be some people that are going to go over the top because that's their style. All right. There's nothing you can do about that. But I'm telling you, screw off a salsa, pour it in a bowl, open some chips, beer, done. Okay. Like seriously, you want it to look simple. So nobody goes, holy crap, Natalie's party was so amazing. I will never be able to top her. Okay. We as women think that we got to do that, and we don't. We don't. So keep it simple. Very, very simple. Now, like I said, they're going to be those girls that love to Pinterest and they never get to entertain and they want to. But in those, you as the stylist need to make sure that you're saying it over and over again. Oh my God, Natalie's amazing. She's Pinterest. She's amazing. I do not require this at my parties. At my parties, I just need chips. You know, like, and you just make it a joke. Okay. So remind her to get outside orders. Remind her about that wish list and say, you can get as many outside orders as you want the night of the party. I would love it if the night of the party, you already have $500 worth of outside orders. Because then like the party really is just for fun. Who cares what you do? You know, and that takes the pressure off of her. And then briefly, I'll talk to her about the opportunity to join you. Okay. Because here's the kicker. If she joins you before, then that's her party. And that's a great way to start off a stylist, is with a party. Okay. All right. So then I want you to do your third contact. I promise I'm hooking you up here. The third one is kind of like right towards the end. It's the ask her how the outside orders are coming. Has she done the reminder calls? Like how many people are coming? Ask her, but don't say how many people are coming. Just say, hey, how many guest folders do I need to bring? Like catalogs and whatever you want to decide your little things are. How many do I need to bring? 3? Wait a minute. Let's talk. You know, what's going on? Let's figure out, maybe we need to figure out some more people. And then that's the other thing too. Don't freak her out. If she really does only have 3, some of my best parties were with 3 people. Some of my very best parties were 3 people. No cancel. We do not cancel. Okay. It could be one person. No joke. I had a party with a hostess and 2 guests, and it ended up being something like $375, $400. And guys, I sold a product that was the same price. Okay. So you can do it. And I think I ended up getting a team member from that. And again, it's about who they know and who they know and who they know. So, and then do the little things like get directions. I don't care that you have GPS on your phone. I don't care that you have Google Maps or Waze or a map. Get directions on the phone. You ask her for directions. You ask her if it's okay to park in her driveway, or should she park on the street, or does she need to worry about a gate, or does she, all the little things, because then she becomes invested in you because you have invested in her. And then tell her what time you're going to come, right? This goes back and forth. If you're in some other companies, you got to come an hour earlier because you got to set up. We ain't gotta. You like that English? We ain't gotta. We just gotta come and set up fast. So, but I still like to get there 30 minutes, 20 minutes before so that I can talk to her, right? Because when I get there, hostess coaching doesn't end right at the party. You still coach her and you say, all right, we're partners. Who I got on here? Tessa. Okay, so Tessa, you and I are partners. Who's coming tonight that loves nails and is so super fun? Oh, Danielle and Natalie. Okay, great. Who's coming tonight that might be able to use a little extra money? Cassandra and Lisa. Okay, awesome. I'll keep those in my head. Who's coming tonight that is just going to be the life of the party? Lauren and Becky. Who's coming tonight that's going to be the pain in my butt? Oh, that's going to be Jen. Right? So and she's working with you and talking to you. And then you say, hey, here's the deal. At the end, when I'm going through what to order and I'm kind of going one-on-one with everybody, what would you rather do? Would you rather help? Do you feel confident in your application and you'd like to help more people get their samples on? Or would you prefer to help people choose what they're going to order? And you leave it up to her. And so Tessa says, well, you know what? I don't want to help people pick because I suck at fashion. And sorry, Tessa, you might not suck at fashion, but I suck at fashion. And I feel really good about my application. I want to help them with application, right? So guess what you're doing? You're investing in her and she's investing back in you. Also, when it's time to close the party, you say, holy moly, Tessa, did you see how many people, you were so good with application? Why don't you want to join my team? Duh. It's just the next step. Okay, so all of this works together. And the last little piece I'm going to do before I turn it over to Danielle to give her tips is, if you hostess coach and you partner with your hostess, when you get to the party, you don't have to worry about sales at all. She has that for you. You can focus on booking new nail bars. I said party, didn't I? Booking new nail bars and going in with a recruiting mindset, a sponsoring mindset. You just can. I'm telling you, it just comes. The sales just come. When your hostess is excited and she's helping, the sales will come. So, all right, I'm going to let Danielle say a few things. Then Natalie's going to say a few things. Then we'll open up for questions and ideas from you guys. Okay?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I don't have a whole lot to add, CJ. You really covered it. I did want to talk about a few things that I do, which I will cover again when we go over the setup of a party, because I feel like they're part of the party, but I want to throw them in there now. We talk about sponsoring the hostess, her being your best customer or your best chance. What I do with my hostess is I actually close parties the night of the party. That's a personal choice, but I do unless somebody asks me, can I leave it open a couple days? Because I have all those outside orders like CJ talked about. I have her friends there, and now I'm ready to sponsor her. So she's basically she's watched me do my job from beginning to end, from as far back as hostess coaching to bringing stuff in, to setting up, to how the party runs. She's watched me do my job. She's my best candidate. So when she checks out, so when everybody leaves and I'm working with her, coming up with her hostess credit, I say to her, okay, so you've earned 2 sets of rewards tonight. You earned this, and this would be the company rewards. Or you've earned if you want to forfeit those rewards, you want to forfeit those rewards and turn this into your starter party. I just booked 4 parties with your friends, and there is no way I'm going to go do those parties if you're going to sign up. So which would you like to take? And so many people will be like, oh, I'll just sign up. So they still technically get the hostess rewards if they just sign up, but what I'm doing is I'm having them enter the party sales as a new consultant, new stylist. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, all right. So I would give them rewards and that would be it, or they can sign up. I'll give the party to them and I'll give them all the bookings that came with the party. And one of the biggest apprehensions that I get from people is I don't know who would host a party for me. I just booked 4. And so it's really, really easy to recruit your hostess that way. But I'll talk about that more in detail when I do a walkthrough of a party. But I wanted to bring that up because CJ, yes, your hostess is huge. And like she said, on that third call, you want to really plant those seeds about, you'd be so good at this, you know, so that when you bring it up to her later, she's not like completely taken back by it. So then what else did I want to talk about? I also play a game, and I'm just like snarky like that. I just play this game during the party. I look for the snottiest person in the room. You know, there's always that one like this. Okay. And I start throwing, literally, this, I mean, I haven't done a nail bar here, but literally I start throwing wraps at them. Wait a second. $20. And what I do is I take, usually, well, at one point I went and started doing my party average because mine was like $850. But when I started out, I did like right in the middle, like 500 or something. So I'd figure out exactly what that was. And so I'd have all the products to represent those rewards. So I'd start being like, yeah, and here's 5 wraps. And, you know, that's all we have now. But I throw like, oh, and you want this for half price? Okay. And by the end, they would have like all these things in their hand. And that's like a booking seed right there. Because people can read the hostess, the rewards, but they don't get it. They don't understand why their friend's hosting a party. So not only when you do that, not only are you recreating the excitement for your current hostess, you're actually doing, like, enticing people to book from her. And don't we have booking rewards? Yeah. So she would get even more hostess rewards if her friends booked. So keep that in mind. And then directions. I don't ask for directions, CJ, because I have OnStar. And I would get lost anyway. I still get lost with OnStar. I called OnStar one time and I said, they said, how can we help you? I said, home. They said, can you verify your identity, please? Now, can you verify your home address? Sending you home, they said.
I use my Waze and I use my GPS. I just ask them for their directions just to get them.
Okay, just for conversation.
It's just for conversation.
Okay.
And what if your OnStar broke or your GPS?
Oh my God, that would be terrible. I'm the one that used to use Google Maps. I'd be like, there is no street over there. What do you mean? Turn left. And there was nothing you could do, you know what I mean? Because that's what you had. But I did, you know, I call her and I reiterate pretty much the same thing as CJ, but I didn't necessarily ask for directions, but now I get it. I'm just like, so I'll be there around 6:30 if that's okay. And do you have a table that I can set up, an area where we can just have girl time, or do I need to bring a table? You know, because some people live in like real small and they can't even clear off their kitchen table completely. You know what I mean? So I do ask that, and I carry like a little, it's like a card table that you get at Walmart and folds up just in case. I rarely have to use it, but so I do ask that too. But really that's I mean, I have a lot of, I'm echoing.
Yes, that's my fault.
So I have a lot of fun during my parties, which entices future bookings, and it kind of trains. But I like CJ's point where she talked about if you get the hostess involved in the party, she's having so much fun, and she's excited when the party's over. And that is so easy to talk to her about the opportunity. I think a lot of my people came from parties, being hostesses first. So your hostess can make or break a party. If you just set it up, she may not know what to do. And direct sales consultants are the worst hostesses. So you have to coach them extra. Can't assume that they know. It goes over their head. I guess they need you to like tell them. So just keep that in mind. Also know that your chances of cancellation go down dramatically when you hostess coach. 1, because you're building the excitement, and 2, because the number 1 reason that parties are canceled is because they never heard from the consultant. And they were like, should I invite my friends or not? So keep that in mind. That's all I really have to add. Do you have stuff to add, Natalie? Oh, you're muted. Where'd CJ go? How do I unmute you?
There. Can you hear me now?
Go.
Okay. Yep. She said she had to go pick up her kid.
I'm here. I'm going to pick up my kids, but Natalie's the host now, and I'm still going to listen the whole time, and I will answer questions. I'm going to be in safe driving mode, everyone. Safe driving mode.
Okay.
Okay. No, really just a couple of things because you guys pretty much covered it. I do definitely like to help the hostess with her her script to invite her friends. And also, rather than just telling her to tell her friends like, hey, you know, bring a friend, I like to give her the idea to, you know, say it's her neighbor Susan, and she knows that she's very close with her sister, so she can say, hey, you know, Susan, I just wanted to remind you about the party. I'm really excited about it. Are you bringing Beth? If you give the guest a name, that'll help her, that'll make her more likely to bring a friend, because or else she's just going to think like, oh gosh, you know, I don't know who I would bring. So you have to help them.
Yep.
Yeah. And also, one of the things CJ touched briefly on the hostess packets, I like to keep them super simple, because the more stuff that you shove in there, they're not going to look at it. They're just going to throw it on the table. And it definitely helps, as CJ said, to go through it with them. So really all you're going to do, let me see, I have notes here, is you're just going to do your a couple of catalogs, because she's going to want to have one, and then another one for people to kind of pass around. You're going to want to give her, I'm going to apologize in advance because my 2 almost 3-year-old just busted in the door. So he may make an appearance. Hi. Yeah, hi. Okay, can you go with Sophie, please? I'm sorry about that. You're also going to give her a few order forms so she can get those outside orders. Any information about hosting, recruiting, or hosting, so she knows what reward she's getting. You're going to go over that with her anyway. You're going to give her information about becoming a stylist, and a copy if there's any, if we run, I know I saw somewhere that we're going to be having, I'm going to have to cut this short, that we're going to be having specials, so you want to let her know about that too. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. Okay, sorry about that. Am I still, can you hear the yelling?
You're not
How do I mute myself?
There you go. Okay. So we're going to you should be able to unmute yourself. I'm not sure how you do. I think it's a little thing in the corner. If anybody wants to add any tips or has any questions for us. Make sure nobody's trying to talk, and because that was
I think I'm at a stop sign, you guys, and I'm in safe driving mode. And I know I have a really great view, but I think Natalie can unmute people over on the right because she's the host now.
Okay.
And if anybody has any questions. But you guys, those were great. This is why we are the Broadway team. This is why we are awesome, is that we all have different points and different tips. And I'm telling you, we're going to explode.
Yep. Yep. The number one thing to take away today is that hostess coaching isn't optional. I mean, I've been in the business for a long time, but there was a time where I wasn't very good at it. And if I'm going to go out and leave my family, I'm going to make as much darn money as I can that night. So if I can have a $200 party, or I can hostess coach the crap out of her and have an $800 party, I'm doing a lot less parties to reach my goals. So just think about it that way. It is a little bit of extra work. Those phone calls you make, they're short. You don't have to have her on the phone. I mean, if you guys hit it off, that's great, because then she's more likely to be on your team. But really, they're short, sweet. And that's it. Just a few contacts before, and make sure you're on the same page, and it will make all the difference in your sales. So.
Well, thank you guys very much.
You're welcome.
Sorry I had to blow dry my hair during it for anyone who had to witness that.
Oh, that's all right.
I actually just got flowers. It's our anniversary, so I need to take the kids, and I only have a certain amount of time. So.
Yep.